So as always, here we are in Adobe After Effects. Let's create a new composition and we are going to call it as main animation. Width is 1920, height is 180, frame rate is 30, duration is 30 seconds long, and background color I'm going to choose white color and simply hit OK and hit OK. Then go to choose grid and guide option and simply hit on title selection. Then press Ctrl N to create another composition and we will call it as strip. And height for this one I'm going to choose 150 and simply hit OK. Then press Ctrl Y to create one solid background and we will lock this layer. Then I'm going to select my rectangle tool and I'm going to choose black color for the stroke and simply double click over here, and stroke width I'm going to choose 10 pixels. Then go to the rectangle path and unlink this scale, I mean size, and let's scale this over here and also scale this over here. Okay, and let's lock this. Now our stroke is ready. Now we will type our text. I'm going to select this text over here and you can type whatever text you want. I'm going to type simple text like motion design over here, and for the text color I'm going to choose black color. I'll hit spacebar 2 times dash and again I'm going to type motion design. Now select this text and press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Now press S for scaling option and let's scale this text somewhere around like this. Now select this layer and hit Ctrl D and let's change the color of this one to yellow. Now select this first layer and press P for position, create one keyframe, go somewhere around let's say 4 seconds maybe, and let's press V and let's move this text from here to here, totally out of this composition over here. Then go to around 8 seconds and we will copy the first keyframe, so hit Ctrl C Ctrl V. Now select those keyframe and hit F9. Go to the graph editor, right click and make sure that you are in edit speed graph. Select this graph and by holding shift I'm going to move one handle over here and then move one handle over here. So if you see this animation, you will get something like this. Okay, now after that let's go in middle of this keyframe, which means at 4 seconds I'm going to select this text over here and I'll make it apparent with this second one. Okay, and alt click on this position tab and let's type loop out expression over here like this. Okay, so we will get this animation continuously in the form of loop like this. Okay, select all the layers and enable the motion blur. Then go to the main animation and hit Ctrl 0 over here and we will bring this strip over here like this. Then press R for rotation, rotate it on 90 degree like this. Then press S for scaling option and we will scale it somewhere around like this. Then press Ctrl K to open the project settings and let's change the color of this one to black. Zoom in a little bit over here, hit Ctrl K again and instead of black let's choose red color and let's increase the scale somewhere around like this. Okay, so let's try to adjust it like 57.5 maybe, or let's make this 56 or 56.2 or let's say 0.3. Okay, our main motto that it should touch the edge of this comp. Okay, so it's properly touching the edge of this comp. Now I'm going to select the strip and I'll press Ctrl Shift C and let's call it as cylinder over here and hit OK. Now select this, go to the effect and presets panel, search for CC cylinder effect and double click to apply. But if you see over here we are getting this weird stuff, so let's go inside this and instead of this I'll hit Ctrl D. Let's hide this second one. I'll select this, press R for rotation and let's make this 0 and press S and let's make the scale 100 again. Okay, so as you guys can see we are getting this kind of cylinder over here. Okay, let's select this layer and we will delete this one. Okay, let's go to the shading options over here and we will increase the ambient a little bit up to 70% or let's say 80% like this. Okay, now let's increase the radius of this somewhere around like this. So if you see over here, let's make this quad resolution. We are getting this kind of animation over here. If you want, then you can decrease this to 120 as well. Okay, now select this, go to the rotation options and as you guys can see we can rotate it on x-axis like this. So let's create one keyframe at x rotation. Select this and hit U. Let's select this, hit Ctrl D, hit U and let's make this 30. Okay, so we'll get this kind of stuff, but I don't want anything at the back. So for that what I can do is I can choose only outside render. Similarly over here in render choose outside over here. like this. Now select this cylinder over here, and instead of 120 I'm going to make it 122. So we will increase the scale a little bit over here. Similarly, select this, hit Ctrl D again and press R for or simply hit U because we have already created rotation X. So let's make this 60 over here like this, and let's make the scale 1 to 4 like this. Okay, if you see this in quad resolution, we are getting this kind of stuff. And I think we will make this 120 again. For all the radius should be same, otherwise it will get confusing like this. Similarly, I'll select this one over here, hit Ctrl D, select this fourth one and hit U, and let's make this -30 like this. Then select this, hit Ctrl D, select this fifth one, and let's make this -60 over here like this. Okay, then hit U. Let's select all of this and press Ctrl Shift C, and let's call it as front over here. Now let's make this fit and hit Ctrl 0, select this front in the project window and hit Ctrl D and double enter, and let's call it as back over here. And let's bring this back comp over here and go inside this back comp over here, and let go inside this back comp. Let's select this, go over here and choose inside, and we will select all the stuff for inside. Like this. Okay, so we are getting this kind of stuff. If you see this in quad resolution, we are gonna get this kind of animation over here like this. Now let's go inside this back, select the cylinder, right click, reveal layer in source project, and we will select the cylinder and we will hit Ctrl D to duplicate it. Select all of these 5 layers, and by holding Alt I'm going to replace it. Then go inside this, select this strip, right click, reveal layer in source project, select this strip, hit Ctrl D, and by holding Alt I'm going to replace it. Then go inside this and let's uncheck this, select this white color and press Ctrl Shift Y, and let's make this color to black one. Similarly, select this stroke, go to the color, choose white one, select this two text and change the color to black one. So if you see, those background animations are in black color. Now let's go inside this front, and I'm going to take a distance of 5 frames to adjust them like this. Okay, one by one. Similarly, go to the back, zoom in a little bit, again take a distance of 5 frames and adjust them one by one. Okay, and go to the 20 frame, select all of them, hold Alt, open square bracket to trim up to this, go to the start and move this over here like this. So as you guys can see, we are getting this kind of alternations in our animation. And because our animation is in the form of loop at 8 seconds, I'll go to the 8 seconds and I'll hit N over here up to this. So after 8 seconds, I'm gonna get this animation continuously in the form of loop. So our sphere is ready. So select this, press Ctrl Shift C, and let's call it as sphere like this. Okay, then select this and press S for scaling option and scale it like this. Then select this, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, move this over here, hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, move this over here, hit Ctrl D, move this over here, hit Ctrl D and move this over here like this. And you can adjust the scale somewhere around like this. Okay, you can play around with the scaling properties of each and every one like this. And let's adjust it over here like this. Okay, so you will get this kind of stuff. Now select all of them and press R for rotation, create one keyframe, then go to somewhere around 8 seconds over here, and let's make this rotation 1 over here. Let's make this -1 over here. Let's make this 1, -1 and 1. Okay, so what will happen along with this, if I go to the start and if I hit play, I'll get this kind of alternative rotation animations over there. Now let's make this full resolution over here, select all of them and press Ctrl Shift C, and we will call it as animation over here, and press Ctrl Y to create one white background like this, and bring this at the back, select this first one, go to the effect and presets panel and search for drop shadow effect and double click to apply. And let's increase the drop shadow somewhere around like 200 over here, and distance to 20 or let's say 40, and opacity 20 or something like this. Okay, so you'll get something like this. Now over here another thing I can do is that I need certain kind of animation at background as well. So for that I'm going to select this ellipse and I'll delete this stroke, I don't need that. And I'm going to choose black color for the stroke, and by holding shift I'm going to create one ellipse. Now select this ellipse, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically, and let's bring this backward. Now initially let's make this 0 or something, create one keyframe, go to around 4 seconds, and we will increase the size until it's going to cover the entire portion. Then select this, hit Ctrl D. With the help of open square bracket I'll move this over here, and this time change the color of this one to white one, and let's make this quad resolution like this. Okay, so now we will get this animation continuously in the form of loop like this. Okay, so this is how you can create this kind of typographic animation.